You sit there keeping diligent watch, and Dirk kind of shudders awake. But you can tell that he isn't immediately attempting to break his bond. You better kill me now. I can't fight it for longer, please.
I'd like to approach him.
You feel very strongly, based on what you've seen of Dirk and based on what you read in this book, that this specific curse that was put on him likely has something to do with Xandus, the god of death and destruction.
You should tell me everything about what happened to you.
Don't remember much. I couldn't remember what they looked like, but they were fast, strong. You can see he's about to revert back. You probably are able to quickly sedate him again. Gallant, you dream at first of being back on Captain Greenhide's ship, rigging the sails with Aliceris. Captain Greenhide's ship and it splits apart. You sink. Two lights appear in the distance. Gallant, Calypso, your patron. I watched your fight.
Oh.
You impressed me. You took a blow for one of your crewmates. It seems you've taken my words to heart.
Well, I do well with criticism. While I have you here, why is it the Red Wraith was with you before?
He found the ring the same way that you did. He made his wishes. As a reward for the bravery that you showed, would you like to know one of them?
I'd like to know his last one.
He wished for a ship faster than any other ship ever made. Could rise and sink beneath the waves at will, that could never be destroyed. In fact, able to repair itself and even grow larger using the wreckage of other ships. I created this ship, and I had the prow of it stab him through the chest, killing him. Perhaps in time you will earn the right to know the other two. Something kind of jolts you awake. You feel that your connection to Fields has been severed. She has been unmade or destroyed.
I'm gonna immediately take out 10 gold and start the ritual.
Time passes and Fields reappears.
What happened?
Nature became wrong. I was at the village and I was kind of watching them, and then once everything went bad, I started feeling like the forest was angry, and then I got attacked, and then now I'm here. Captain, could you please reach in my bag? First thing you grab is his Windseer's cloak, and it doesn't look the same as it used to. It looks like black and like weirdly like infected somehow. Wake the others. I fear that something very terrible has happened. Did any of you ever wonder what the wind cloaks were made out of? We call them the Weavers. They are spider folk, very peaceful. Their silk, what we use to create the cloaks, which channel our abilities. The function of these cloaks are dependent on these creatures' survival. Were they to be corrupted in some way, so would our cloaks. In the beginning of all things, the first two gods that were created were Celestia, the goddess of light and life, and Xandus, the god of death and destruction. Through their clashing, the world was created. Xandus looked upon Ela and deemed that its people had grown wicked and deserving of destruction, and so Xandus raised his sword and attempted to slay all life on the continent. At this time, the wolf goddess, Laki, jumped in the way of the blow and was struck down by Xandus' sword and became the dog-shaped island that it is now. Xandus is considered to be a very, some would consider him an evil god, one that relishes in destruction, death, and rage, and violence.
The curse that was put on Dirk has something to do with the divine power of Xandus. There's definitely something dark out in those woods, and I wonder if it could be related.
You have a remove curse. You approach Dirk. You watch as the tattoos snake their way back, kind of like away from his body. Did you fix me? He drops to one knee and says, "You are the most remarkable woman I have ever met.
And
I knew I felt something back there at the ball. Will you marry me?"
cool it, Dirk.
There's no way I can be wrong about this one. I think he likes her.
Well, I don't know, Alok, because the thing is, he's been suffering massive head trauma.
That's a good point.
Recently. So, is he right? Is he in right of mind?
Hey, looks up at the rest of you. That was a damn good fight. I could kind of like see glimpses of it. That was pretty good. Did I scare you when I popped back up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love doing that.
A Windcloak village might have been attacked. Windcloaks aren't working, it seems.
If I don't report back to the king kind of immediately, he's already kind of been looking for me for a while, he'll probably kill me. Since you all helped me out, I'm gonna help you out. There's a stash in this city. You just have to dig at this one spot, and he kind of like tells you where it is. On your way out, you guys see a little community board, A-Lock, and you see an official notice that says, Draga Hearth, wanted on suspicion of breaking into the home of King Nazarventus and thieving the Storm King's personal belongings. You immediately clock that name and maybe start wondering why she's out here. You guys probably go check out that stash that Dirk was talking about. And you find 200 gold pieces, 4 daggers, there's a common longsword, and a potion of greater healing. On your way there, you spot a woman in the distance, and she seems to be like walking with a limp. She's wearing like this strange black armor, kind of trudging along opposite you guys. You guys stop by
Is she gonna like cross our path at some point?
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Oh, okay. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I wanna
Ahoy
look at
there.
her.
Hello, travelers, are we? Are you by any chance traveling to the Village of the Wind? If I were you and you were headed in that direction, I wouldn't. There are strange things afoot there.
What were you fighting out here?
There was someone who had something that I wanted, and now I have the thing that I wanted. It didn't belong to them.
Oh, okay.
And Suma, you sense a sense of fakeness from her. This armor is like nothing you've ever seen before in Eva.
That's a really unique piece of armor there.
She says,
Where did you
thank
come
you.
from?
Where'd I come from? Somewhere far away. Doing a bit of a tour of the islands. Very fascinating place you all have here. It's very quaint. I love it. It's so interesting. I just came from a very quaint little temple. I would recommend stopping by. It's very interesting.
Temple that who?
Some kind of hooded man with like a scales or something. Alok, when she mentions that, you know for a fact that there is some depictions of Terminus as a hooded figure with with scales. Wish you the best of luck. Hope that you don't die. Although everyone does, right?
As she gets a few steps ahead, like, have a good day. Oh, one more thing. If you happen to be holding any more information, something that you might have omitted, could you just easily tell us?
I would be very careful when you cast spells on little man. And then strolls on as you ride. The main road leads directly to this large temple. And Alok, from a distance, even from a distance, you recognize this as a temple of the god Terminus.
Oh, hey, Locke, I mean, you know, maybe you wanted
We
to
could-
show up.
We could take one of the ones that goes around it.
You sure you don't want to go to the temple?
Yeah.
Insight check.
He's definitely like nervous to go there. Maybe a little bit anxious about it.
I start trotting into the temple with my horse.
Alok is currently head down, foot overhead.
This seems to be like a group of wind elves, or elves from the Village of the Wind, taking sanctuary.
Hey, ma'am, are you doing all right?
Oh, hello, traveler. No, we are not all right. My name is Lerel. I've been the matriarch of this tribe for 700 years. In all my time, nothing like this has ever happened. There are, of course, creatures in the forest. I've always lived in a sense of harmony. They descended upon the village. You see Aurelius step up. Aurelius Windseer. This is a time of much change indeed. Yes, Elder. These are my traveling companions. They are very formidable warriors, and perhaps they may be of aid in solving the problem. I'm concerned for the Weavers. They may be in danger. If you encounter the Silk Mother, protect her.
Do you know where Valere took her outfit?
Well, knowing my daughter, she probably ran straight into the center of the forest to check in on the Silk Mother. She goes over to Aurelius and she says, I performed a number of prophecies which I had no memory of. This was the prophecy that I gave to King Nazar years and years ago. The storm foretold will come once more to end what it began. The Scarlet Rains will take the shores, to slaughter those who ran. The foolish few who tempted fate, diminished now by time, will kneel down before the weight of destiny's design. The wraith will wait in Laki's shores until his armies grow, and when he sails to bring the storm, he will not sail alone. The rusted shield will blind the wolf and bind her claws in chains. The frozen prince will guard the eye to crystallize his brain. The crown of winds will drive his sails and keep the ships at bay. The child of sun and moon will dance to the song the storm will play. Beware the calm before the storm. Beware the warriors fall. When scarlet mist is given form, the wraith will come once more.
Thank you for sharing it with us.
I take out a book, and I want to know one of the many facts from 101 Squared Fun Facts about Ela.
God damn it.
It is a chronicle of a few of the failed invasions from the Claw. You see they are fighting against a bunch of soldiers who all wear armor very similar to the woman that you saw earlier.
Feels great to know that about that lady, since she took something from over there, maybe the eye. Here's my theory. I've been working on this for a long time.
Oh boy.
Is
He brings out the board.
Yep.
my chart
I'm telling you, it all comes together.
to dance to the song the storm will play? I feel very scared that means that she's going to be controlled in some way, or manipulated, or it sounds like a Pied Piper kind of thing. And that is tangentially related to the fact that Aluceris met the same fate as Suli many years ago.
Ever since we've been told about this 4 others that were just like us and everything. I don't like to think that all our choices were done because destiny said so. I refuse to believe my mistakes were destined. I don't think this is binding at all. It's just something someone said because the wind told.
You think back onto something that has been said a couple of times about Terminus. It may have been mentioned in that book that you were perusing, but Terminus is often a god regarded as being outside of fate. He does have the power that can nudge one thing one way or another. There's a certain element of maybe not all mortals have the ability to defy fate, but there are forces out there and ways of circumventing it. Aramis went with Valaire to kind of go sort the problem out.
I think it's Xandus and the Red Wraith teaming up.
Could just be some weird cult.
A mysterious person in the black armor did appear kind of...
She's the Claw. I don't know what she's about. It's just that she's the Claw. That's what we got.
So could she be the reason why this whole thing happened?
Possibly.
You get ready to head into the forest. As you walk, you guys catch 2 extremely large, muscled up owl bears descend from the tops of the trees. Feel free to roll initiative.
Initiative.
I'll shooty him.
That's 34 damage?
That's my boy A-Lock.
Clutch use of the portent. Gallet, you blast this thing off of the stone outcropping, and it is down for the count.
I'm going to try to flame blade it.
How do you finish this thing off?
It's just my sword. I don't know.
Do you all, after looking around, see both corpses slumped to the ground, and understand that the conflict has come to an end? These things are riddled with the rune markings. You actually see black webbings as they die, and the webs kind of detach and slither away. As we finish that combat, you guys trudge deeper into the woods, and that's where we're gonna end our session.